will get upset about the notion that a prosecutor is trying to do that. If you just, and I was talking to my wife about this yesterday. I think the main thing to know is that the prosecutor's going to do that. They're going to do it. So if you don't have you're not in a position where you get to preview the prosecution's close. So know that it's coming and go ahead and deal with it effectively and proactively, because you need to preempt it. Because once you sit down, I mean, there is no getting back up. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's too late then. So go ahead, just know that it's coming and deal with it. You can even let jurors know that, just like I talked about my fear of the number, let them know that you fear that. That I fear that the prosecutor will stand up here and play a dirty trick on you. That they might stand up and say, well, there's no evidence of this. Well, let's talk about whose job this is. Let's talk about whose job it is to maintain the quality of the breath sample. Whose job is it to make sure that we're testing alveolar air? Because I don't think that's Mr. Smith's job. I think that was Officer Taylor's job. I think that's what the state's burden is here. So I think that you can, if you're forthright with them and you're candid about your concerns, then you can deal with them effectively. This is my contact information. I'm not giving you my cell phone number. But if you do have any questions, feel free to email me if there's anything that you want from me or studies or anything like that.
The MCLE verification code for this program segment is 235.
The only problem we're going to have when we take Ben's advice is we're going to get, in addition to the Miranda and the refusal warning, is going to be the burp warning. Okay, that you're advised not to pass any gas in this process. But actually, I think that's a great thing to bring up. Like, why didn't you just tell him? Why didn't you just tell them, that, hey, if he burps or belches? Because they never do. You'll never see that done. They will never tell the guy to watch out for a burp or belch. Simple warning. You're talking about shifting burdens. Well, how's he supposed to know, and how's he supposed to remember? And you guys didn't even ask him. I like that. Okay. It's my pleasure to introduce Ed Fiendek. Of course, introducing Ed Fiendek here, it's tough to find anybody that doesn't know Ed, but for the benefit of the few of you who do not, Ed is actually the former dean of the National College for DUI Defense. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's a national organization whose members' practices focus heavily on DWI defense. We've got over 1,200 members. We put on a program at Harvard Law School in the summer, another winter program. This year will be in San Diego. But I would strongly suggest you take a look at, if you're doing a lot of DWIs, take a look at this website, ncdd.com. That's ncdd.com. And this is an organization that Ed headed, I think it was in 2005. He also, for the longest time, put out the bulletin for the organization. Ed's lectured literally all over the country in regard to DWI-related topics. He's the author of a 2-volume set called Handling Drunk Driving Cases, which is a national set. And in addition, writes the New York Driving While Intoxicated Second. If you're not subscribing, we have subscribed since the beginning, but he also does something. It's a real service for all of us. He puts out the New York DWI Bulletin, which basically every time there's a new issue, anytime there's a new case, anything of interest, this bulletin gives you that alert. So if you're not subscribing to it and you're doing DWI, I strongly suggest you go online and subscribe to the bulletin. He's one of only 3 lawyers in the state of New York who is board certified by the National College for DUI Defense.
Who are the other 2?
It slips my mind. Eric Sills and I have that honor of being the 3 lawyers in the state, and we share that honor with Ed. I'm very proud of that. Ed, in addition to lecturing and teaching, is an adjunct professor of constitutional law and criminal procedure at the University of Rochester. And most importantly, the reason he's speaking out of order is because he's Willie's dad and he has to get back to Rochester because his son is in trouble. As you can see. Okay, would you please welcome Ed Fiandak?